quiz for you. What did Leonardo da Vinci, Henry Ford, Albert Einstein, Jane Goodall, Brad Pitt, and Sir Paul McCartney have in common? No, they didn't all play left-handed bass. They are in fact all famous vegetarians. They've chosen to embrace an animal-free diet. For health, for religion, for whatever reason, we celebrate vegetarianism today, West Coast style. We're preparing vegetarian stuffed bell peppers, black bean and corn stuffing with a ripe tomato salsa. I hope we pass the audition. I'm Garrett and that's what we're cooking on the coast. It's a vegetarian venture on today's Cookin' on the Coast. On the menu, vegetarian stuffed bell peppers, black bean and corn stuffing with ripe tomato salsa. Let's get started. Okay, so I've got a few things on the go here already. I've had the opportunity to dice up some onions and a little bit of garlic. We're gonna get that into a nice hot pan onto our stove over here. Little veg oil. There we go, not too much. I want enough just so it starts dancing on the pan a little bit. Lovely, and then we're gonna add these onions and garlic right in there. Perfect. All right, tuck that away. And now right away we want to add our seasonings for this dish. I'm gonna add some salt, a couple of good pinches here, and some black pepper, of course. There we go. And then we have some chili powder. So this is kind of a spin on a bit of a Tex-Mex dish in that we're in a Tex-Mex dish. You try saying that fast. Tex-Mex dish. We've got chili powder here that we want to add in right away so that we can start to release the oils in that and really get those flavors going. We want a fair bit. This is where our flavor is coming from in the dish, so we'll give it a taste after. We may need to add a little bit more. Now, in this pot right here, I've already got some rice cooked off. Now, not just any old rice. We've used a long grain basmati type rice that has been cooked with tomato juice and water. So half tomato juice, half water. You can see it's already nicely cooked. We just give it a stir. And this is gonna help bind our stuffing in the pepper. Okay. Now I wanna get that sort of cooling down just a little bit while we toss our pan. And then we're going to, once those have started to sweat down a little bit, we're gonna add our black beans and our corn here. Hey, look at all these colors. Hey, we got the bright yellow from the corn, and then we got the black beans in there. It's really going to be great. In the pan it goes. Oh wow, I can smell it already. It smells like Texas in there. All right, let's give our pan a little toss here. Awesome. All those flavors coming together. That chili powder really bringing out some smells and some flavors. Great. Now, big mixing bowl right here. We're gonna add probably about half of this rice. There we go, that looks great. And then once all this has sort of come together, we're gonna add that into it as well, okay? So we'll just give that a couple minutes to saute, and let's turn our attention to these gorgeous yellow peppers that we have right here. Look at these beauties, hey? Don't they look great? Peppers actually have more vitamin C in one pepper than there is in common orange, which is, I thought, pretty cool, because oranges are known for their vitamin C capability, right? Okay, so we want to pull the seeds out of there. See that one? Came out all in one foul swoop, and then all we're left with is sort of this hollow shell to cook our rice and beans in. Okay, one more. Now that first one I cut a little shallow, so this time I'm going to try and keep the stalk on. See that one? I kept the stalk on that one, which is exactly what I was trying to do. And then we're gonna get in here, pop these guys out again. You know, if any seeds are left in there, just knock them out onto your bench. Give it a couple taps, and out they came, okay? Perfect. Those are set, prepped, and ready to go. I wanna cut a little bit of green onion here. We'll cut these all up. We'll use a little bit right now in the recipe, and then we'll put some on afterwards for garnish. Green onion's an awesome fresh flavor in many dishes. Fantastic, and now we'll go over to that pan and give it a good toss again. Okay. Excellent, everything's starting to come together nicely in there. go ahead, try that at home. I want to see home chefs tossing pans. That's a lot of fun. Okay, there we go. Now, that's all set into our rice. And our stuffing's starting to come together here. This is a great vegetarian dish, packed full of flavor. It's got all kinds of protein in there because we're using those black beans. Okay, get some of this stuff out of the way here. And now we're gonna mix this all together. Oh man, it smells incredible. The colors are fantastic. Add a big whack of those green onions there. Good handful. And now we want to use some cheese. I've got some smoked mozzarella here. Adding that again, that Tex-Mex sort of flavor. So we're adding some smoked mozzarella. Good handful. Don't be shy. There we go. And we're going to save a little bit for afterwards. This again, along with the rice, is going to help bind everything together. And then we're going to want to pull our peppers over here and start stuffing them. Okay. Get a good scoop here with our wooden spoon. And right in there it goes. Yeah, pack it down. Lovely. Right in there. Nice. Make sure you fill it up nice and high. Awesome. There's one. Let's do our second one. Got these awesome camera guys on set here that know how to really find the perfect shot, so hopefully you'll be able to see that at home. Stuff it right in there. Look, you can see the cheese, how gooey it is. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay, set that away. You can keep stuffing peppers all day if you want, but for the interest of the show here, we want to kind of quit at those two and get them into the oven. So I've got a pan over here. We don't need to worry about oiling it or anything like that, but we do want these guys to be standing upright. Just like that. Excellent. Let me just give my hands a quick wipe here. Okay, the lids are going to go in the pan with them. Just sort of off to the side is fine. And then a little more cheese on top. There we go. Perfect. Now, into a 400-degree oven. It's not going to take long, probably about 15 or 20 minutes, okay? Here we go. Gotta be delicate. Awesome. Whew, perfect. We'll be back later in the show to pull together our vegetarian stuffed bell peppers with black bean and corn stuffing and a ripe tomato salsa. But first, following the break, we're getting out of the kitchen. You'll want to stick around for that. Cruising around looking for some awesome food, and where do we come across but the Dead Beats food truck? Carrie Hill's waiting for me right here. How are you, Carrie?
How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Right.
Always love the artwork on your truck. It's so unique, super cool. Is it like a local artist? You do it yourself?
Well, his name's Jordan Soak. Well, he goes by Soak. His name's Jordan. Yeah. He used to live in Victoria, so he's a homegrown boy. He lives over in Vancouver, but he's done a lot of the street art around town and over there. So yeah, he's pretty talented dude. So beyond the fact that you have a unique looking food truck, you have some unique food in there too, hey? Yeah, we do. We kind of do some weird stuff, you know, different things. We, instead of the old classic onion and tomato on a burger, we decided to put some pickled beets. Nice. Yeah. So is that the one you're going to do for me today? Yeah, we're going to do that. And what's it called? It's called the Beatrice Burger. The Beatrice Burger. Yeah. Any significance to the name, or? Well, we call the truck Beatrice, and it's Beatrice, and you know, with BEETRICE.
Right.
So fun, with the beets.
Do you mind if I come aboard?
Yeah, come on in.
Awesome, thanks. All right, Carrie, I can't wait to get better acquainted with Beatrice here. Right. So where do we start? Sweet. Well, we're going to start with, I get local beef. It's grass-fed beef from Up Island. I get it from Carnivore Meats in Brentwood Bay. They do all my grinding for me, freshly ground. Cool. You can't beat that, right? And it's so important to use local products. Yeah, and we just use a simple beef patty and season it. So we just throw that on the grill. Very nice. There's no filler, no extra thriller. Just a little seasoning on there. Just keep it really simple so you can taste the meat. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's key, right? Yeah. Especially when you're using a good quality meat and all that kind of stuff, you want to be able to taste it. So absolutely. Great. And then we get brioche bun from Portofino. Oh, look at those. Yeah, so I love brioche buns. We like to warm them up. I like to warm, you know, to be nice and soft and squishy. So let's put a lid on there. Yeah, toast the underside a little bit. That kind of helps with the integrity of the burger too,
Totally.
doesn't it? Yeah.
But a nice squishy bun, you know, it's kind of what we were going for.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well, a name like Beatrice, I think, has to have a squishy bun, doesn't it?
Totally, squishy bun Beatrice.
Absolutely.
That's it.
I love it. I love it.
Great.
So what else? What can you tell me? So the beets, we got beets on here, but it's not just like slicing a big old chunk of beet, right? Like, do you guys take some time?
Yeah, we do a pickle. So it was kind of a take on my grandmother back out east, where we always have like pickle and chow chow and everything on the table.
Yeah.
You know, some Aussies were throwing beets on burgers before we have, so we kind of threw the two together and did it's kind of like a twist on my grandmother's recipe. So we do kind of a quick pickle. We kind of figured out a way that we can pickle them and they're perfect where we need them to be in like a day. So yeah,
it's not something you see every day over here. Hey, it's pickles or pickled beets or beets in general on a burger, right?
No, totally. I don't think anybody else.
Yeah, those Australians coined it a long time ago.
They did. They had it going on for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we flipped it over. That beef smells fantastic cooking on the griddle too. Like it smells like beef.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
It's the way it's supposed
Straight
to.
up. Nice and easy.
Just put a little bit of cheddar on top.
Yeah, we like a sharp cheddar, a nice aged grated cheddar, and we just put on top. I threw a little water on there to steam it, just to melt the top.
Very nice. Yeah, good idea.
Little line chef trick.
Bun's just about ready?
Yeah, I think so. Nice and warm on the top and golden on the bottom.
Yeah, perfect.
So
very nice.
Great.
Now, what goes on here next?
Well, we call it Vancouver Island sauce. It's basically kind of like, you know, the components of what Big Mac sauce would be, but we make it from scratch. So it's like a Thousand Island kind of type sauce. So you want it to be slopalicious, as truck food should be. So lots of sauce. And then put a little shredded lettuce just to add a little bit of crisp and crunch to the actual burger.
Very nice. A touch of freshness in there, right?
Yeah. Let's grab the patty.
Cool. All right. There we go. Pop the lid. Ooh, look at that.
Okay.
Awesome. That cheese is perfectly melted. Looks delicious.
There you go. Now we're going to put a nice card deck of the beets on there for you.
Look at that.
Oh, one fell off for you.
Oh, geez.
There you go.
I never miss a beat. We got to have that in my line of work, eh?
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
That's it.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know where to start with this bad boy. That looks fantastic.
You're gonna need some napkins, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there's a few around this truck, hey?
I might have some.
All right. Let me. Maybe I should put a plate under it, hey, before I take a big bite.
I want that.
Just in case. All right, here we go. Look at that piece of cheese right there. It's like the perfect bite. Here we go. I don't know how else to describe it, but slopalicious is probably one of the best ways ever. So good, Carrie. Pickled beets add that little bit of like sweet but yet tartness to it.
Yeah.
Crisp from the lettuce. When the beef is phenomenal. I'm really, really impressed. Thank you.
Glad you like it. I'll tell my grandmother. Send you out a jar.
Please do. Some chow chow too would be great.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Carrie.
Pleasure.
I'm definitely not leaving here.
You ready for those napkins yet?
I think so. Back to our kitchen. We're working on vegetarian stuffed bell peppers with a black bean and corn stuffing and fresh ripe tomato salsa. Okay, so we've got a few things on the go. Our stuffed bell peppers are in the oven as we left them before. Now I want to make this really unique salsa. All the components are natural, but it's just how we sort of do it that kind of makes it interesting. First thing we need to do is fine dice some red onion. A red onion adds a really nice flavor to it, and you can eat them raw, so that's wonderful. Gives a little crisp, little bite to it, but also adds that little bit of color that we're looking for and a little touch of texture. Okay, just run your knife through it like that. We're not going to need a whole lot here, but this is a salsa that you can make in no time flat, so I wanted to really show you how to do this because I think it's a really cool trick. Okay, we've got some onion. We need a little bit of garlic, not too much, but you want to use some fresh garlic here again. It's going to give it a little bit of bite, probably about half of this clove, I would say. Snap it down, and we lost it. Yeah, we'll use the other half. I didn't like that first one. We'll smash it down a little bit there, and then chop this one up quite fine. You don't want to get a big bite of this in there, especially since it's going to be fresh garlic, okay? Chop it up quite nicely here. There we go. That'll do the trick. We'll just set that over there with our red onion. Next, a fresh jalapeno. So this one here, we're gonna wanna cut up fairly small as well. Although if you like heat, go ahead and leave it bigger, but in the interest of our salsa here, it's gonna be kind of a smoother salsa, not necessarily a chunky one. Okay, get rid of the seeds and stuff. The seeds is actually where the oil is, and those are the actual bits that are super hot and spicy. And because it's an oil product, drinking water to try and cool your mouth down isn't gonna help you. You definitely wanna use milk or something more basic to get rid of that heat if you're worried about how hot it is, okay? Now, we're gonna julienne this and then give it a little dice. We're almost there to show you the fun part of this dish. Okay, there we are. Now chilies are super versatile, and they've even been known to help with acne and antiviral properties. So definitely worth having around your kitchen. Okay, now that part of our mise en place is done. I want to turn our attentions to the tomato. Tomato, beautiful fruit, as some people call them, definitely. But the skin is quite tough. You'll notice if you have a dull knife and you're trying to kind of cut through your tomato, it doesn't really work very well. So what we want to do here is kind of get rid of that skin. So I'll show you what we're going to do. We're just going to cut it in half, and then we're going to run this over our box grater, okay? Just like so. And what we're going to be left with is just the skin. See that? Only the skin left, okay? So super quick way to sort of skin your tomato, but yet keep a nice fresh salsa for yourself here. So we want that fresh flavor of the tomato, and without having to cook it to peel off the tomatoes, or peel off the tomato skin, that is. So we'll do one more. And you'll see how quick it is, right? That sure beats dicing all day. There we go. Awesome. Perfect. Set that down below here. We can get rid of our tomato skins because we don't want those anymore. And start building the rest of our salsa. Now you see how quick and easy that was? It's an awesome trick. Definitely try it, okay? In it goes. I'll grab a spoon here and give it a little stir. And now for my seasonings. So what are we gonna do to make this taste good? Right now we got onions, garlic. We've got a little bit of the jalapeno in there for some heat. I want a touch of cinnamon. Very little bit, okay? Some cumin. This one we can go a little heavier on. And if you like more, add more, by all means. Salt, of course. There we go. Fresh pepper. Spend all day cracking pepper, that's for sure. There we go. Fresh cilantro. Now we're gonna leave the cilantro fairly nice and chunky, and the nice thing about cilantro, we don't have to worry about stems. You can totally eat the stems in these bad boys, and that's delicious too. It has tons of flavor in the stem. Flat leaf parsley on the other hand, or parsley, you wanna remove the stems. It doesn't have that same flavor. Okay, in it goes. Last but not least, I'm gonna hack up a lime here. I like to do it like this, cut it in 3, and then you can get as much juice as possible out of there. Perfect. Squeeze that last one. Okay, let me wipe my hands off here. Now we got the majority of it all done there. We'll give it another stir and have a little taste. Looks great, lots of vibrant colors, that fresh tomato in there, without half the dicing that would normally be required. Fantastic. Okay, little taste. So fresh, just the right amount of salt in there. I don't think I'd change anything. A touch of heat coming from the jalapenos, but man, I think that tastes fantastic. Okay, put a little bit of this right in the center of my bowl before we go check on our peppers. Check out this cool plate I'm using. Half the fun in presenting food is what kind of plate you're using these days, it seems. There we go. All right, so that part's done. Let's go have a look in our oven and see what's going on. Got a dry cloth here. Check on our peppers. Woohoo, those look fantastic. Oh man, and the smell. You can smell the smoke off the mozzarella right away. Chili's coming out, they look fantastic. See, you can hear that sizzling. Geez, these things are really hot. Okay, we're gonna pop it right into the center of the plate. Let's put both of them on there. There we go. We got our lid here. Remember we worked so hard to kind of keep that lid from falling off. There we are. The other one didn't do as well. Maybe we'll just leave it in the pan. No worries, we can eat that later. Chef snack. All right, and the last thing we want to do is just sort of add some nice crunchy tortillas, because the only thing I think missing in this dish is maybe a little bit of crunch. So some tortillas. And there you have it, our vegetarian stuffed bell peppers with black bean and corn stuffing and a fresh tomato salsa. Ole! Now what better way to enjoy this amazing dish than with a beverage pairing? And with me today I have a unique guest, Chef Dave from 4 Mile Pub.
Nice to be here.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
So what better person to have do a beverage pairing than a chef? Like, who knows more about food and beverage than you or I, right?
Yes, true enough.
Yeah.
We're now cooking more and more with different products of beer and instead of the wine and
Yeah, of course.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it works very well. Dressing, sauces.
Yeah,
It's
we're
perfect.
finding beer in all kinds of food these days, aren't we?
Yes.
So what have you brought for us today?
It's our Zeppelin Pilsner. It's mostly all German ingredients, mostly from the Bavarian area.
Nice.
So the hops, yeasts, malts are all in that area.
Yep.
The
Well, they
only-
know a thing or two about beer over there in Germany, don't they?
They certainly do. It's just beautiful Victoria water is the only other ingredient that's
Nice.
not German. So
That's
yeah.
what makes it local. There you go.
Exactly. It's
Nice.
very good.
Yeah, why don't we give it a little taste there?
Certainly.
And so how many beers do you guys pour over there at 4 Mile?
There's 6 regular ones, and then we do 4 seasonals. So they vary with the season, whether they're roasted pumpkin or sweet potato, that sort of
Oh,
thing.
cool.
So
Nice.
this
Do you get a
is-
hand in any of that, being the creative chef? Like, do you get some opportunity to sort of say mandarin in the beer? I know you guys had a mandarin beer there for a while.
Tangerine orange was
tangerine
beautiful.
orange,
So
that's
yeah,
it,
they use the ovens to roast all the vegetables and that, so it's pretty good.
Cool.
Very
Neat.
nice. Yeah, I like
Well,
to be involved.
Let's have a sip of this.
Well, and when you look at it, clean, clear,
Nice and
crisp, light,
Cheers.
and
Yep.
zesty.
So if you weren't super into the craft beers, this would be somewhere to start. Is that what
This
you're
is
thinking?
one, yeah. People like lagers and pilsners that aren't into the heavier beers with all the flavorings and that in it. So you'll
Yeah, right.
find this pilsner is very good, and with spicy foods like this, it's very palate cleansing. So you can
Oh,
enjoy
yeah,
the
perfect.
food and the beverage.
It's super crisp and clean. I really like that. Now, I've cut it up with my massive knife here, but grab your fork and let's see how we did with the pairing. A little bit of pepper, get some of that salsa in there.
Yep.
We can find a small piece. We don't have a mouthful the whole time. What do you think?
Yes, that's very nice. You can taste the heats. Cilantro comes through very nice, and this should clean it. Ready for another round.
Yeah, no kidding, hey? I'm glad you brought a few bottles there, because I think you and I got some food and drink to have here.
Always things to talk about after. While you
right.
enjoy food.
Absolutely, absolutely. Check out our website where you'll find more information on today's show and maybe a few surprises. I'm Chef Garrett Shack. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to savor the flavor. Dave, I think you hit it here. Like, this is great.
Germany meets Mexico.